All right, are we ready to talk about the biggest crypto liquidation in history?
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was a brutal, bloody weekend. Kicked
Yeah, it was
off on
rough.
Friday, based on what I guess Trump and Xi Jinping had a disagreement, and he said, okay, 100% tariffs on Chinese products, and it sent the world into a frenzy, which started cascading. Everybody who was leverage buying was pretty much wiped out, from my understand. Exchanges started shutting down. Robinhood shut down. Coinbase shut down. And Binance, from what I understand, Binance, who provides a lot of liquidity for some of the other exchanges, they even shut down trading because it was like we were pushing for like a global catastrophe economically with crypto, which I don't understand, because tariffs don't affect crypto. Now I understand, companies who are invested in crypto, when they hear something like that and the markets start to crash, they want to get all their funds out of there. But intrinsically, crypto is not affected by a tariff, or, if it was a stock and a refinery was wiped out somewhere, then the company who owns that refinery is going to have supply issues that they can't produce their product, and then their earnings are going to go down. Crypto doesn't really, again, be affected that way. But, man, regardless of all that, it was freaking bloody.
So what is leverage buying for somebody who don't know?
Leverage buying is when, the easiest way I think I can explain it is when you let's say you want to buy $100,000 worth of crypto, but you don't have $100,000 to spend. You borrow the money and you give 10% or so down. So you pay $10,000, you buy $100,000 worth, and then there's a like, you have to bet if it's going to be higher or lower at the maturity date, and hopefully you're winning on that. So I think everybody was betting that Bitcoin and all the other cryptos were going to be higher, and when the markets start to crash, all those that liquidity came due, and people just didn't have the money. There was a lot of people that were totally wiped out, wiped out.
Because you can do like cross leverage as well, or like, so even if you're buying Bitcoin, you can still trade with everything else in your wallet.
Right.
So say you have $1,000 in your wallet, you can have the buying power of $5,000 or $10,000. But when it crashes like that, or if it goes low and you don't have the liquidity in your account or the collateral in your account to cover that, Binance will just shut your account down. They'll get rid of that trade, and basically close your account. You're done.
Yeah, and you have to come up with the difference.
Well, they'll shut it down before, like once it's at the threshold, it just shuts it off. It's done. It clips it out. So you're never gonna owe them money per se.
See, I'm thinking more of stocks or whatever. I've never experienced it. I don't do that leverage.
Yeah, I mean it's
too risky for my
it's
blood.
very risky. I mean, the reward could be huge. There people, because you can do up to like, I mean, I don't even know what the max is, but you could do 100x short, or 100x,
Right.
So it's very quickly you could wipe like that. That's how I think most. And then if you don't have your stop losses in there, that also, okay, if I don't want to risk all the money, I'm going to put a stop loss in. Well, I think part of the thing too that happened here was it dropped so fast that if your gas fees on those stop losses weren't high enough, it's just a straight down narrow. So even though your stop loss tried to hit, it was already too low.
It's too low. Like, it was happening too fast, where it was crashing everywhere on all the exchanges, and it was bloody. It was bloody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I saw a post where, like, and I don't know if it's true or not, and God forbid, I hope it's not, but they said, like, I saw a post that 11 people committed suicide because of their financial losses. I was like,
people lost
what?
like,
Holy
they lost everything.
like 16 million, 20 million. Guys losing like mortgage. They pulled the reverse mortgage on their home. They put the whole thing in there. Gone. So,
Yeah, like, people went really bad. Like, I know my crypto account fell terribly. I think I'm down. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say it, but I think I lost like 10 million this weekend. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
but I don't do anything leveraged or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's down and it sucks and holy cow, but this happens, it'll come back.
Yeah, I mean that's the best part about, I mean, whether you're stocks or whatever, like crypto, if you don't sell, you don't lose it.
Yeah.
So
Ups and downs.
just
Exactly.
because you're down right now, I mean, whatever, 50%, 20%, you still have the same amount of tokens. So you didn't lose anything.
Right.
It just doesn't look the same right now.
Exactly.
I mean, wait it out, and it's going to come back.
Actually, I mean, I've been telling people in the community that, if you're one of the guys who bought CINO above 4 cents, when we had that huge rise to 22 and some people bought it 8, 18, 19 cents or whatever, I said, now is the perfect opportunity for you to cost average, right? You can,
Right.
if you bought, 5,000 tokens at 10 cents, you can get 5 times that amount for the same amount of money right now.
So how does that work? If somebody bought like $500 worth of CINO when it was at 20 cents and it went all the way down to 2 cents, is it completely liquidated or could it go back up?
It could totally go back up. Sure.
Okay.
As soon as we get that price, they still own the tokens. The tokens, they don't vanish.
I see.
They just, the money that you bought them for at the time was higher than what it is now.
Okay.
So you might be at 0 or close to 0 or in the sub cents. But it's a great time to fill your bag up with tokens. So as it does start to increase, it'll exponentially grow, and your break-even point is much lower than waiting for it to go back to 10 cents or wherever you bought at.
I see. So speaking of CINO and
Yes.
the community, everybody's asking, what's going on with CINO?
I mean, we just kicked off another marketing push today. We have a bunch of guys that are going to be on all the socials trying to push out and build our community for more views and more exposure,
more
right?
wallet holders.
More wallet holders and get people to buy in and hold. Nothing. We had this bloody weekend, right? Nothing has changed with our business plan, or nothing has changed with the token. Nothing
Right.
moving forward. Nothing bad has happened to us, other than, and I think a big effect on the CINO token right now is that I thought last week that Solana were we around 250?
Yeah, it was pretty
Solana was
close,
trading
yeah.
at 250 a share, or
Yeah.
250 a token. And I looked today and I think it was sub 200. So a big part of our depression on the chart is because of the drop in Solana. I mean, somebody did lose faith and sold a big chunk of money, but it was nice to see that it wasn't a cascading effect. The whole community didn't get in there and start dumping.
Yeah, that's good. We got a strong community.
We do have a great community. We have a good plan behind this token and this business. We're not quitting. We're never going to quit.
Nope.
We are constantly checking with marketers, checking with people building apps. Like we got an idea of the first app that we're going to use. Like we got the screenshot of the app, and it was pretty awesome. I was
that's cool.
really excited about it. So there's a lot involved with an app and a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we have to time it right and do it properly. So I'm not putting a time frame on when it's going to be released, but it looked great. It was, you were able to buy CINO on the app, you were able to track it, you were able to cold storage.
Nice.
You were able to do everything. It was a wallet, an app with a wallet to do everything CINO in one spot. So it was actually great.
Yeah, it was sharp,
Yeah,
super sharp.
really sharp.
And we got Luke with us today. You're also a top wallet holder, right? Where are you in the CINO team? Like, who are you in the CINO team?
Luke is one of the founders. I mean, we were here from day one and getting in, investing in the coin and believing it and pushing it and marketing it. And, Luke's also in private aviation. And we know a lot of the same people, and we're constantly marketing and talking to individuals that are in operators and pitching the coin, telling
awesome.
them what this is about. It's not just me doing it. There's a whole team of guys, at the airport/airports
Yeah.
talking about this. I actually got a message today from a guy down in South Florida, and he says, how difficult it is to start a coin. I said, it's really easy to start it. Yeah. I said, keeping it alive
Right.
and managing it, that's really time consuming and expensive. So he never answered me back after that.
That's great. That's great.
So,
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
But the purpose behind that, though, is that operators in South Florida are looking at it and saying,
Right, they know about it.
This is a good idea. Right? So this is a good idea. How do I do my own? It's obviously not worth it to do their own now
Yeah.
after what we've learned. I mean, some may try. It won't last, because I know with our team, the amount of personal resources that we've put into this project, there's not many people out there that have what we have.
Was there any consideration of them like merging or joining?
I don't know yet, but it's possible. It's possible, or investing, or
exactly.
who knows? I'm telling you, that happened today.
Oh,
That message happened this morning, 10 o'clock this morning.
that's good news.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all good news.
Yeah.
We are not reporting anything bad. We are working hard. We are pushing forward. We are doing everything in our power to make this a successful project. It's hard to convince people who don't know about crypto, or who know about crypto and think meme coins are all garbage and shit and a loss. So I tried to explain to the Facebook community, which we have about 600 and almost 700 followers there. And it's a pretty good community that's pretty interactive. I enjoy speaking there, better than Telegram and Discord. I feel like those two are just full of scammers and people trying to get over on you. So I make a weekly post there, and I made this post trying to explain things that we take for granted. And one of the things that I mentioned is you have to look at crypto almost like a community bank. All right?
That's very true.
It's a community bank, and everybody who owns tokens owns a share of that bank. You're an owner of this business, right? So in theory, there will be people investing and there will be people taking profits, right? It's money coming in, money coming out. The only reason we got to 22 cents is because there were a lot of people putting money in. And then the hype kind of died off, and there was more people taking money out than putting money in. And that has to balance out. And the reason most coins have a huge hype curve, right? You start a coin, it's low, 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 and then it spikes very short period of time, and then it crashes because those early investors made some profit and take all their money out because they think or believe that the project will die after this happens. We haven't died. We're not dying. We're not near death. We are still moving strong. We have plans in place. So I feel like the more explanation we give and convince, I don't even want to say convince, the more we educate people that this is a good project and how it works.
And we're consistent.
So there was even some comments saying, I remember one comment that it kind of irked me a bit. And it says, stop asking people for money and just make this work. And I thought about that for a minute. I said, whoa, shit, I haven't asked anybody for money yet.
Yeah.
So where did that come from? That bugged me. And if people are thinking that I'm asking them for money, I got to figure out a way to tell them that I'm not, or educate them that I'm not.
Yeah.
And there's no way for me to make it work. It's not me, because this is a community project. Everybody owns this company. Whoever bought the token, you own it. We just have to maintain, the money coming in either equals or exceeds the money going out. So if people understand that they're all owners in this community bank, and they use the principles that I talk of, like, let's not make a whole bunch of money and pull all the money out, but let's take a little bit of money out and finance it and whatever, and then more people invest. All those things that I've talked about in all these videos that we've made, if everybody did that, this thing would be through the roof.
Yeah. So
I made a comment as well. I said, there's 690 Facebook users right now. We had a $73,000 sell over the weekend. Somebody sold $73,000 worth of coins. But if everybody took $100 a week, now for some people that's a lot, for some people it's not, I understand. So average it out. If everybody in that Facebook group alone averaged $100 a week, that would be a $69,100 purchase per week. So you saw how bad the 73,000 affected our chart.
Right.
Imagine if there was 69,000 a week going in. Now let's look at the TikTok viewers, right? Yes, there are some duplicates from the Facebook page to the TikTok, but there's almost 20,000 TikTok viewers. If they did $100 a week, that'd be $2 million a week going in. We'd be almost out of coins.
Wow.
This thing would be through the roof.
And
Everybody would be winning. And if you use the strategies of how to use generational wealth and make it last, where you take a little bit of money out and other people put money in, and it's a big cycle. It has to come and go. Everybody here would win. Everybody would win. So
how could
Right,
we
or
do
it's
that?
not even just take it out. It's, okay, I'm going to pull out a little bit here, and then in a couple weeks, I'm going to put some
put a
back
little
in.
bit back in. Or if I find a dip, you buy the dips, right? You're cost averaging, right? Every week you're putting a little bit in. Sometimes you buy high, sometimes you buy low, but time in the market is better than timing the market, right? As long as you stay in and keep adding to your bag, you're going to win if everybody did that. But there's a lot of people in crypto who just want to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
They want to see, 10 or $20 million on their phone, not realizing you can't take $20 million out of an early project. There's not enough liquidity to support that. We need thousands of wallet holders, lots of money coming in and out for that to happen. And it'll happen.
Yeah.
We just have to get there. It takes time. We can't do it in 6 months. Right? That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
So somebody shows you on their phone, oh yeah, look, I got $10 million. Depending on the project, no, you don't.
Right.
No, you don't. If you had 10 million in Bitcoin, yeah, you have 10 million. You could liquidate that,
Yeah.
and you can do it. If you had 10 million in Dogecoin, you probably couldn't take it all out.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe Dogecoin's a bad example. I don't know what. I don't look at that liquidity pool or whatever. So who knows? But you get what I'm coming.
Yeah,
from,
absolutely.
Right? So. Yeah, but I lost $10 million this week. A real 10 million.
Mil. It'll come back though.
I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, it hurts when you see it. You're like, oh man,
it
this
does.
sucks. It's happened so many times already. Since we've been involved in crypto, it happens over and over and over again. It always comes back, and it always comes back better. So just suck it up. Sit there. Right? If when we started in the beginning, we said, oh, this is a long-term investment. Everybody should you shouldn't even look at it. Why? If you're not going to sell, why look?
Right.
Just invest in yourself and don't even look at it. Because when you look at it, you get tempted.
Well, people love seeing those numbers though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know it's great, but what's the first thing most people say when they see those numbers? What can I buy with this money? And we need to educate people that
How
that's
could I get
not
this number higher?
Well, that's not the way to generational wealth. You saying, what can I buy with this money is not generational wealth. What can I do to make this money work for me for the next 100 years? That's the road to generational wealth, right? Whether I invest more, I diversify, I take some of this and I put it into something else. Whatever the answer is, we have to stop looking at what can I buy, because nobody cares the sneakers you wear or the gold chain on your neck. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't care about your sneakers.
I was trying to impress you today, right?
So, but going forward, I think a lot of education is necessary. I made that post on Facebook was it today? Yeah, Monday. I made that post on Monday. So many comments. Thank you for explaining this. I had no idea how this works.
People
this is
were
awesome.
scared.
Well, of course they were scared. Everybody gets scared.
Yeah.
Trust me. It's all going to come back. The market always does this.
Yeah.
The market always does it. Sometimes it comes back quickly. Sometimes it takes a little while.
I'm so excited for the next surge, though.
Oh,
Do
it's
you
gonna be
remember
great.
that? Like
gonna-
the last
yeah.
surge?
Remember Warren Buffett's what he says, right? You need to be greedy when other people are being fearful. When people are selling because they're panicking, that's your opportunity to buy. When people are being fearful and holding, that's when you sit. You sit and hold. Right? So,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's gonna take. I
I
mean,
think I
it can
said that
take. It could take years. I mean, like I bought Ethereum at its high. What was that? 4 years ago.
yeah.
I think like 20,000 I put into Ethereum.
Yep.
And then within 4 months, it was worth like 8.
Right. Yeah, it took a huge
And
dump.
It's taken I think that's been 4 years to get it back.
Right.
But I didn't sell it, so I didn't lose anything. I just left it there. And I look at it, I'm like, but
It's coming. It's doing. It's
Right.
this.
But I mean, we still haven't even scratched the surface of the crypto market. I mean, sure, you got BlackRock in there, that's, you can do like your, quasi 401k with it and stuff like that. But there are so many banks coming behind that the average person is going to not have to have a crypto wallet to invest. They're going to
Right.
do their traditional, what they feel safe way of investing. and that's going to throw trillions of dollars into the market.
Yeah, trillions.
When you have these people that aren't, like, I mean, how many 56-year-olds have we talked to? I mean, we're almost, you're 50. I mean,
52,
I'm in the 40s.
51,
but,
something like that.
you talk to anybody like 50, 60, they don't want anything to do with crypto. But if they had a fund that they could invest in
Right.
that was tied to crypto, I guarantee you they would do it. So that's just starting. I mean, crypto is not going away. I mean, it's not even, I think we're still at the bottom floor of crypto in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, remember what
what
we
is the
said,
percentage of people that actually own crypto in the world?
1% of the
1%.
planet is in crypto. 1%.
Right. And
That's
if you
it.
think about like with Starlink, right? So sure, okay, 1%, but we're not accounting for all the people in the world that have no access to internet and can't trade. Well, guess what? Starlink's out there. Starlink is cheap.
Everybody's getting internet
And
now.
so
High-speed internet,
these-
fast and reliable.
These locations that otherwise people wouldn't even bother with crypto, now they have the fastest internet in the world on their phone.
Right.
So, I mean, I really think we're just at the very bottom of where the crypto market's going.
Absolutely. I think we're almost at that point in time that I remember way back years ago where people said the internet is a fad.
Right.
And that you won't be able to make any money using the internet.
They said that?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It was the internet was a fad. That you're not going to be able to use that to make money. And look where we've come in 40 years.
Now the most amount of money that is made is on
But that's
the
what I'm
internet.
saying. Like technology changes industries
Right.
exponentially. You know,
And a lot of the AI stuff that's happening right now, that's
Mm-hmm.
all going to be tied back to blockchain. I mean,
Yep.
as fast as AI is blowing up, I mean, this absolute same could happen with
Yep.
all of crypto.
yeah. I mean, if it's very hard to discern what AI is doing, if it's real or not, what better way to keep it legitimate than putting it on blockchain where it's an open ledger
Absolutely.
that everybody can see and it's non-mutable. Right?
Yeah, because you look at that video right now. I mean, right now, and you're like, I can't tell if this is real or fake.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
pretty
So
scary.
So
you're looking for little blurs here and there or
Right.
some glimmer like, oh, that's not real. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
the cat has 3 feet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
Something
six
odd that
fingers.
you have to
Right.
really look, but how many people just look at the video and be like, "Oh, headline,"
Yep.
and
Right.
they that's the truth, and they just keep scrolling.
I was like, I didn't know Stephen Hawking was this good at skateboarding.
So yeah, I mean, I think like Luke said, we're at the basement. Like we're not even at the basement yet. We're sub basement floor, and this crypto is gonna change the world.
Well, where do you see CINO going right now? I want your thoughts on it.
I mean, I see it going nowhere but up from here. I mean, everybody, like, so we were at that golf tournament, was that 3 weeks ago now? And everybody thought it was a great idea. I didn't talk to one person that didn't say, this is a phenomenal idea. Now, did we convert them into investors? Not yet. But, I mean, you're talking about like big players in aviation. I mean, like, I don't know if I should call it names, but, they're,
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, like Honeywell, right? Honeywell is huge. I talked to all their guys that were there. They love the idea. I talked to the guys from Satcom Direct / GoGo. They love the idea. I talked to some of the girls from Jet Aviation, which is, a worldwide FBO. like
fixed
one of the
base
big-
operation.
Yeah. So they love the idea. I mean, it's just such a quick, easy, secure means of payment that there's nobody that can't agree with that. It's an awesome
Right.
idea.
Right.
So
So what's stopping all of these companies from actually just using it?
in my opinion, is the age of the CEOs,
CEOs.
honestly. And that, I mean, I work for the biggest privately owned aviation company in the world. And not that we wouldn't do it, but it's just not something they're used to. So, you have most companies have an older, they're, like I said, 50s, 60s, 70s.
Senior leadership.
So all their senior leaders are, they're not looking at crypto right now, and they're also waiting for it to be like
more regulated and
Right.
more mainstream.
Can't you just show them an example of how it works, though?
But I think
yeah. I mean, and I have, but they're, like I said, the regulation thing is the big thing. So I think right now they've got something that went through the House. It's up at the Senate floor right now, right? I believe. So I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't really looked that close into it, but once we put something out there that says, here's how the government views crypto, then I think you're going to see another phase of companies starting to use
Adoption.
it for, right.
So, meaning, right, what Luke's getting at is, and this is a personal experience, when I can't say the name of the bank because I don't want to call anybody out, and I don't want to put a spotlight on myself, but the bank that I deal with, when I was opening up the bank account for CINO Aviation Solutions, one of the bank members leaned over and said, if you say this has anything to do with crypto, the bank will terminate all business relations with you, even businesses that you have with us that are not crypto related.
Wow.
Because they don't want another company becoming bigger than the bank.
Wow.
And crypto is going to do that. So what Luke's saying is, once these laws come into place where the government tells the banking institutions, okay, this is how you should recognize crypto, and then now it's an open game.
Wouldn't that benefit the banks in the first place, though?
No, because what if I hold more assets in the bank than I start telling the bank what to do?
You're using the bank, though.
Am I?
Kind of. I mean,
No,
you guys
I
are
mean,
working in
not really.
conjunction.
No,
with
I'm using. When you go to the bank and say, I need $50,000 in cash, they tell you to make an appointment, come back in 2 weeks or whatever. Or if you come to me and say, I need 50,000 in tokens, here you go. Less than 30 seconds, very low fees. So it's crypto. The biggest thing for crypto accelerating its adoption is the establishment right now. But the government's starting to see the
benefit of it,
opportunity
right.
and benefit that it could reset the national debt. It could reset the national debt.
yeah,
Listen to
that's
what I'm
crazy.
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. The big reset that everybody, the conspiracy theory people talk about. I mean,
There's a lot of potential with crypto. We're going that way anyway. We're going digital. So once, there was talk about banks, you being able to use your crypto as collateral against your mortgage. Do you remember that a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Once that happens, once these big aviation companies can put crypto on their ledgers, then they'll accept it. Then they'll be willing to say, okay, we can hold assets, because they're public companies, right? I know Musk did it with SpaceX, right? He held a bunch of crypto with that.
Yeah.
But he's not, the SpaceX is not public. So I think he was able to do it because he can do what he wants. So I don't know if Tesla was able to do it. Well, maybe they were. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
All right. So when governments actually give the AOK for companies to do this,
Yep.
what's stopping other aviation companies from just starting their own coin instead of just adopting something that's already been there? Like, is that a threat to us?
Well, there's no patent on starting a token, right? And this is what we talked about early on, right? Because that came up when Luke was talking to some of his VPs at his company. They said, and we actually discussed, like, why don't we beat them and start making a token for each company, right? A Honeywell token, a Gulfstream token, a Dassault Falcon Jet, right? Anybody can do it. But the way the network works is you have to be willing to accept it, right? A maintenance provider, me, right, would have to be willing to accept their token.
What if the government issues, we're only accepting this here, we're only accepting this
Well, the
here?
government can do that, but that has nothing to do with aviation.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part of it being, nobody can control what you're going to accept for payment. I mean, you can't tell me that I'm only going to accept Bitcoin when I've got another, 40 coins in my wallet.
You as the company.
You as the person who is trading,
the company.
I'm trading labor for services.
I see.
You can't tell me what I'm willing to accept. And for example, if company X, right, does stuff that the industry doesn't like or agree with because they're a superpower in the industry, they're a superpower. Do you think people are going to trust their token when if they can raise prices or put, what was that fee that one company put on? It was do you remember that stupid thing? They were putting a fee on contracts that had already been signed. They were like coming back and saying, "Oh no, you owe us X amount of dollars because I forget what the term they
It
used.
was, I mean, more or less, they were calling it an inflation
An
fee.
inflation fee.
So,
They were adding an inflation fee.
right, because they're bound to the price of the contract, but they said, well, we can add a fee to the contract, so we're going to call it an inflation fee and add it to the contract.
And there was no way around it. They said, that's what we're doing. If you don't want it, get out.
Yeah,
So,
like now if you buy parts from
don't say it.
like different companies, they're going to tack on a tariff fee. So
Yeah.
like I'm going to tell you something costs 60 grand, but then there's like another $6,000 tariff fee that they're going to charge. So if I forget to tell you that it's going to be 66,000, and I just ate the 6 grand.
Right.
So,
So are we going to trust that token when they change the rules at will? Even after we sign contracts, they changed it. We're not. I wouldn't accept that token. I don't trust you for anything. Right. So yes, anybody can do it. Maybe we can do it and merge. Maybe we can accept various different tokens. But there's no reason why this one, being the first one, it makes no sense on how long and how difficult it is to get it up and running. Why would you start your own when there's one already established?
Well, that's why we got to get the word out.
Well,
Has there been any interest in private jet owners, like jet owners that you guys know, or companies that like know about this, that they're interested? Like, I'd like to get my aircraft serviced by you guys, and we're going to pay in CINO at a 10% discount.
Yes, there's been a lot of interest, but I feel like the 75-year-old CEO doesn't want to be the first one. And then, but once we get the first one, I feel like we're going to have a wave of FOMO that everybody's like, well, if they're doing it, we're doing it.
So there's a bunch of people kind of on the front line, or like the fence, and
everybody I speak to, everybody says this is a great idea.
so like the last aircraft that you worked on in Teterboro, do you talk to the owners of the jets?
No, I
Like,
don't. I don't talk to the owner because the owner gets off the jet and the pilots bring it to me.
Okay.
I deal with the pilots.
Do they know it's an option? Do you give everybody the option?
Every
when they
invoice
come?
that I submit, every invoice that I hand out says you can pay with CINO Token and save 10% on this invoice. Check out www.cinotoken.com. So everybody that comes through has the ability to look and see what's going on.
Okay, that's good.
When we go to functions or industry events, and we do have owners there, of course we're wearing the swag, we're leaving stickers around, we're flyers with what the information's getting out there.
It's just a sleeping giant. It's like, who the hell is going to wake this thing up?
Well, it's just going to take one person to do it, and I think I'm pretty close to securing the first one. I really feel like I'm pretty close. Yeah,
That's good news.
well, I don't like to give out news until
Well, if
the
anybody's
ink
going to
is
do it,
signed,
it's
you
you,
know,
because
till the ink is dry. But
you don't fucking stop. You just
I
keep
don't.
doing
I mean, we don't.
and never sleep.
What's sleep? What's that?
Sleep, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, when I say we are constantly working and constantly taking, kicking the door open to an opportunity knocks, we are leaving no stone unturned. It's just a matter of time, because when I do have, for example, talk to a pilot, do his work, he sees the invoice, he asks me about it. I say, just go show the owner, give him the information. Okay, owner likes it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I get on the phone with the owner. Show me what this is all about. Look at the chart. Well, the chart's only 6 months old. How certain am I that this is going to last? How certain am I going to use this as a store, an asset store, if you've only have 6 months behind you? Let's talk in 9 months. Let's talk in a year.
Okay.
Right?
So
So-
there's a lot of that.
So there is that. Those.
That's a
I've had
contributing
three of
factor,
those. Three of those conversations already.
Which that kind of goes back to your question, why wouldn't somebody else start one? Well, when we're a year old, a year and a half old, 2 years old, and then all these aviation companies start using crypto. I mean, there's some doing it now, but I mean, it's more every day that they're using them for charters and catering and all that other stuff.
Right.
So why would somebody even try it? Like,
Right. Why would somebody want to accept it if there's already an established
right.
one that has a good trend and good health? That's why I was always talking in the videos that I'm okay at 4 cents, nice and steady, sitting around high 3s to low 5s, sitting in that range, because when I go to explain this is what we're doing, it looks good.
Yes.
It's nice and steady. It's even. Nobody's going to want to get in there when the volatility is 22 cents, 2 cents, 15 cents, who's going to want to invest in something like that?
Right.
But when it's 4 and trending upward, that makes sense. Right. So that's where we're trying to go with this. I don't want 22 cents tomorrow. I would like a half a cent a month. Right. And if we could just keep that trend going upward, right? That would be optimal to make this work better. 22 cents tomorrow, somebody's going to look at that and say that's going to crash. Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Nice and easy. $100 a week, $100 a month, like nice, steady, slow investments.
Have you guys considered like some kind of club, like a CINO club, where it costs maybe like $500 a month, $400 a month, but all that money goes $100 towards CINO, and at the end of the year, it's like you get your balance pretty much.
Huh.
So if
I don't know. I mean, no, I've not thought of that.
So if we got like
never thought of
100
it, yeah.
people in that, it's like you were doing the math earlier about that. That would drive up the price automatically.
Let me hear about the interest in the CINO Token Club. We can do events. We'll do whatever. If it works, I'll try it.
You're like VIP.
You can call it whatever you want. If there's an interest in people joining a community, a club where we meet and have events, and even if it's for networking,
Right.
let's do it. I am totally not opposed to that.
I think that
Totally
would
not
be a good
opposed.
idea.
Yeah, let's. If you're watching this video and you're interested in that, and we could even do it in different areas. We could do it on the East Coast. We can do it Southwest. We can do it. We can move around and have an event once a month, or
Dubai, we're coming to you.
Heading your way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely willing. So yeah,
I think that's a good idea. We should actually sit down and do the math for that.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Because then everybody's going to profit, not just the people in the club,
Right.
but everybody who's actually holding.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, it's like a community. Please visit the Facebook group. I do most of my communications on there. I'm always
And
available.
the links are always in the YouTube description as well.
I'm always there. I'm always reading the comments. I'm always conversing back and forth. I do want to have one caveat. If the energy that you give me on Facebook is the energy that I give back, so if you come at me aggressive, I might come back a little aggressive. If you come at me professionally and calm, you get professionally and calm back. It's just common courtesy.
He's got lightsabers too, so.
I do have lightsabers. So yeah, I mean, let's show me your interest. Tell me what you guys want to see. I would love for community engagement. If this is a community bank and everybody's an owner, if you have business ideas, bring them to the table. There are no stupid ideas.
We're here to make money.
Yeah. Well, we're here to change the world.
We're here to win.
Yeah, I'm definitely here to win, but change the world is what my goal is. What about you? What's
One
your
day
goal?
at a time.
Yeah, one day at a
One
time.
day
huh?
at a time.
You have any words for CINO holders, Luke?
I mean, just I was actually pleasantly surprised this weekend to see that none of you had stop losses set up in your wallets, because if you did, you would have. I mean, you just would have lost. I mean, with the amount it dipped, if you had put a stop loss in there, you essentially would your auto sold, and then it came right back up, so you would have been at a loss at this point. So,
Right, absolutely.
I definitely do not recommend doing that, because that's also there's a couple big whales still out there that could easily do this. They could dump and then they just rebuy back in after they hit all the stop losses.
Right.
And that's a game that people play. So when there's no stop losses in the market, they lose, because they ended up. Even if that person bought back in today, they're still going to be down.
They're going to be in the negative. Yeah.
So
What is the stop loss in crypto?
So it's essentially, if say we've been riding around 4 cents, right? So you decide, listen, I want to, if it gets to 3, I just want to sell, but I don't have to watch it every day either. So it just automatically sells for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if, like I said, if there's like a big dip that happened this weekend, it would have sold for you, but then,
It came right back.
So
It came back.
you would be, you would either be down or, you'd be even. So it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah.
I see.
It wasn't worth the transaction,
Exactly. The fees.
the fees and all that kind of stuff.
So, but I think the community is great. The fact that we've been riding at 4 cents and, for a couple months now, and, you guys are holding strong. I mean, everybody's pretty positive on the group these days.
Absolutely.
It seems like we've got rid of most of the people that that just didn't believe in us anyways. I mean, if you don't believe in us today, it's at this point.
I don't know what else I have to do
what else can we do to convince you that we're in it for the long haul? We're in it to it's not for us. Like Ryan says, it's this isn't for today. It's not for tomorrow. It's not for next year. We're looking 50, 100 years down the road. So
right. Long after we're gone,
Yeah.
this is still going to be a household name and used by the people in the world. Absolutely.
Damn, I'm feeling sentimental now. Long after we're gone.
We can all do a kumbaya hug after this, but yeah.
Sweet. Are we gonna film it?
I want this to become where you can buy airline tickets, you can pay for your fuel, you can buy catering, you can charter airplanes. I want this to be synonymous for all aspects of aviation. And there's so many companies involved in aviation. There's insurance companies, there's parts manufacturers, there's parts resellers, there's fuel, there's catering, there's line services, labs, water, ice. There's fucking companies who provide ice. I want them to accept CINO. And it's possible to do it. We just have to get it mainstream. We need the community to be there to back us up for now until the corporate takes over. And as money's coming in, early investors can take out a little at a time and use it smartly, hopefully making generational wealth. So, I mean, in theory, that's the plan. It's easy in theory. It just takes everybody to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies that they're borrowing. It might only be for a day or two, but they borrow every couple of weeks to make payroll just because it's such a large amount. So just that transaction cost alone. I mean, it's for various things, but if you're borrowing at a 7%, even for a few days, I mean that adds up over time. So I mean, just the transaction fees that this saves alone is going to be huge for the industry.
Exactly.
So. You guys were discussing potentially like doing another coin for like borrowing or something.
So yeah, we're discussing another token, and we refer to it for ease of, it's called the lending coin. So when you have aircraft that go into inspections, right? The normal process is you have the manager will call 2 to 3 or 4 different heavy maintenance companies, MROs, and get a quote on a job package. Now, the MROs normally will give you a dollar amount for the inspection.
Okay.
And every airplane goes in for that inspection under that dollar amount. Everything that's found wrong during that inspection adds to the price. So you can get a $3 or $4 million a bill at the end of a $1 million expected job. It could be that extensive.
Whoa.
So some companies may or may not have those funds available. So we want to use the lending coin to be able to either you purchase it as part of your hourly rate. Like as you fly, and every hour an operator will say, okay, I'm going to buy $2,000 or $3,000 of this lending coin.
Right.
So when I go in for my annual maintenance, I'll have this token available to help pay for those additional costs. Or if they don't do that, and they would come to the company and say, hey, I need to get some lending coin so I can pay for this maintenance and get my airplane back into service, making money to pay off for that maintenance. They're going to pay a little bit of interest, but they can use the coin to pay the MRO. They get their airplane back into service. It's just like borrowing money from a bank, but really be borrowing the token.
Right. But it's going to be, it would be directly tied to CINO.
Correct.
So really the only purpose, we have a lot of figuring out to do before we do it.
Yeah.
But the only purpose would be legitimate. It would be so you're buying CINO still, but that CINO lending token would be almost locked at a fixed price. So because we don't want that pool fluctuating. So it's not like necessarily.
Right.
So we're trying to figure out how we can do it so it's all running through CINO, but it's when you need the loan, you're going to move it over into the lending pool.
Right.
Right.
So it's not affecting.
And it shouldn't affect.
Correct. It's almost like our version of the US dollar token that's set on $1
I see.
Right.
in theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of figuring out to do. I think we're a long way off from that.
Run it through ChatGPT.
Yeah, we'll run it through everything. And we
Yeah,
got to run it
you
through
guys gotta do it.
lawyers, and we got to run it
Right,
through
exactly.
programmers, and there's a lot involved in getting that up to speed. But
Right.
That's on our
that's
roadmap.
Just even building the smart contracts and doing all that to where, it's a seamless loan where
Yeah.
it's still, you basically walk up and poof, done. And
Yeah.
here's $4 million. And you're,
In token.
and the
Yeah.
contract is part of that transfer. So it's all, it's all super easy.
Right.
And then, the rate would be fixed, like all, and then it would go back in to where, part of the rate that we earn by lending it goes back into CINO,
right
to
to back the
actually-
liquidity
to
pool,
back the
or
liquidity pool and increase, and help increase the price.
I see.
yeah,
So it all goes back to, essentially it all goes back to the holders of CINO.
right, yeah. So exactly, like that token. Everything we do with this is not to make the founders wealthy. Everything that we're doing, everything, the merch store. I mean, anything that you can come up that we've done so far has all gone back into the token
To benefit the community.
to benefit the community. It's yes. Do we own tokens? Absolutely. Jose and I were actually talking about it the other day about burning our tokens that we have locked, 500 million tokens. We talked about maybe we should just burn them, get rid of them to half the available supply.
You could do that?
Yeah, there's wallets out there that are dead wallets, and if you send the tokens there, they basically take them out of service. I can't make any more tokens, but I can burn them and get
see.
rid of them permanently.
Yeah.
So we were talking about doing that. I don't know if we're ready to do that right now, but it's definitely
Would
a
that drive
discussion.
the price up?
It would drive the price up. I don't know how much, but it would definitely drive the price up.
Probably in half, I would imagine. Like half of what
Yes,
it is.
It would double. Yeah, if we burnt half the supply, it would double the price.
Yeah.
So that's another question. Do we want to do that at 2 cents? Do we want to do that at 4 cents? Do we want to do that when it's $1? It all depends. So this is not about the founders making millions of dollars.
Right.
This is changing the industry. We will make ours like everybody else.
Yeah.
We don't need, we don't need to.
Like you said, you alady have it. You have everything you need
Yeah,
in life.
I mean, I'm fine, even though I lost $10 million this weekend. But regardless, and there was other questions too that just made me think about that. For some people that don't know, when you buy on the decentralized exchange, right? When you buy tokens, I am out of that picture from the minute I hit enter and created the coin. Nobody is buying anything from us. Your purchase does not come to me. When you buy tokens, it's not like I supply tokens to you.
Yeah.
I hit enter and they became public.
Because some coins you can put in where the developer is getting a percent, like 5%, 10%.
Right.
So if you buy $100, you get $5 for every $100, something that is not built into this coin.
We don't have anything. It is totally public. I have to buy my personal coins like everybody else. I don't get a discount. I don't manipulate the market. You can go back to every one of my wallets, every one of them, and look at the history. There are only buys. I still invest in the token almost weekly, whether it was at 22 cents or 2 cents or 3 cents. I'm constantly and I do that to help the community. But I don't know if that's the smart thing to do, because it might be looked upon like I'm trying to buy all the tokens. I'm fine burning the tokens as well. So maybe that's going to come in the future soon. That I'm
Well,
going
that's
to
good. Now you
burn
already
a bunch of
openly
tokens.
announced it that you're gonna.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I'm not here for that. That's not
Right.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I might accelerate that plan. I may not burn half the supply, but some of my personal tokens.
Can you burn those while they're locked or no?
No, I'd have the locked tokens. We'll have to wait until they're unlocked first. But some of the personal tokens that I own, I got no problem getting rid of them.
Burning them. Yeah.
I'll burn them out, and then
That's great news.
I don't care about the personal growth, the personal reward. That's not why I'm doing this. And maybe I have to do that to convince some of the community out there.
You're doing it to benefit your own like community, like your own job, basically.
Well,
like,
yeah, I'm changing the industry.
Yeah, the industry.
I keep saying we. Everybody works harder than I do. I can't even. I'm not taking the credit for this.
Where are we at with the CINO app?
Well, we were going pretty good with one company, and then they kind of fell off, and they weren't meeting our expectations. So I think we just kind of pulled back from there. We've been talking to 2 other companies now. One is kind of stagnant. The other one, like I said, we just got last week.
They just sent us.
This is what I have envisioned. What do you guys think? So we're basically still in concept area. Again, creating an app with the security of buying and holding as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to take a lot.
Well, it's a lot, and it's a lot. It's very expensive.
I think we're looking in excess of $100,000 to develop this. So I'm not saying that that's going to come quickly. The coin needs to perform. We need to have some good community before the company invests another $100,000 into something. We've been investing tons of money in marketing and not really getting the rewards. I mean, if one thing we found is that the crypto space is full of people that promise everything and are full of shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's very hard to weed out honest, honorable people, and we make mistakes just like everybody else, but I think we're learning a lot.
Yeah. You survived a lot.
Yeah, man. But every message I get, it almost puts me on the defensive. I'm like, who the fuck are you? What do you want? Tell me what your offer is. Fuck off,
Right.
So I'm sorry if you messaged me and I was rude. I'm just.
I mean, it's probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say there's got to be thousands of people that have. I mean,
messaging us. It's
yeah.
thousands of messages coming in constantly.
Yeah.
Thousands. I mean,
right, and then you reply to the wrong guy, and then he thinks you, and then you're like, I responded to the wrong person.
Yeah.
And then they start, and because you gave them a glimpse of hope, and now you get another 10,000 messages from them.
Yeah.
So,
So it's very difficult and frustrating because there's some people out there who, a couple of words, you can tell, this is a scammer. Some of the guys out there are very, very, very convincing.
Oh yeah.
Very convincing.
Especially now with AI. People like in third world
It's not
countries.
just AI. It's with Telegram and Discord and all that other stuff. I mean Facebook. You could. I mean, it's no problem to create a fake account and then say you work for this company when you really don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you create a right. I mean, I guess using AI, you create spreadsheets that look like they could be from a legitimate company.
But to put the words together, you usually know like when it's a scammer from a third world country.
I mean,
they don't really speak
I'm gonna
proper
say
English.
Sometimes, but some of them are
They're evolving.
very convincing.
Yeah.
Very
I
convincing.
mean, it's almost 50-50.
Yeah. I would say.
Legitimately.
I think it's less than that actually.
Yeah.
I think it's probably like 30% being legitimate.
Right. No, but like when you can tell. Like,
Right, oh, yeah.
Yeah, like when you can actually tell, I'm going to say 50-50.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Without like doing some massive research,
Right.
like throwing things into Grok and this and that. Is this, how is this generated?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's...
And that's unfortunate too because the amount of time we spend trying to discern the legitimacy of a marketer or something takes away from us actually working on the project. So
You could always hit them with the send me an audio message, like to kind of hear where they're coming from.
Right.
Because most scammers won't do it.
yeah, that's true. And you wouldn't believe how many times I've gotten pitched to I want to do an article. Let's do a video conference, right? You were there for one. We do this thing.
Yep.
And you could tell almost immediately that the questions are the same question over and over again, so it's coming through AI. And then and then I'll get, well, would you mind sharing your screen?
Right.
And I'm like, nope, over, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. But
And it's like,
I made an
just wasted
appointment.
all that time.
I made an appointment. I scheduled myself for this thing. I've wasted 20 or 30 minutes to get an article because press helps. You know,
Right.
you fucking scammed me.
Yeah.
I'm not sharing my screen. Goodbye. You know?
Yeah. 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
This would be better if we share screens.
No, I'm not sharing my screen.
30 minutes in.
No, like
30. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
right
so,
away.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we've even got to the point where where in the beginning we were sharing screens initially, but we got a brand new laptop with nothing on it, nothing, no financials, nothing other than connecting to Zoom to do these things. And then like, this is ridiculous. I never see the article afterward. Nothing that's like, this is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
So, it's horrible that this space is so unregulated and it's global. So laws that apply in the United States don't apply in Africa or South America or wherever, so it's very hard to even want to deal with anybody other than here, because I know I have laws here that protect me. So
I got to say my faith has been restored in CINO after talking to you guys today. I just feel it. It's like an energy thing.
yeah, well,
I never lost faith.
Confidence.
yeah, I never lost faith. I mean,
Well, I know a lot of people have, and they felt the whole big crypto liquidation.
of course they did.
We
it
felt that
sucks.
collectively. It does suck.
It does suck, but every time we've had a
happened
big,
before.
every time we've had a big dip, we've always come back and come
All
stronger.
the time.
I realize that some people, when we hit this 4 cents, that last dip, and we got down to 4 cents, some people lost a lot of faith and are waiting for others to make the move, right? Others to do it. And I understand that. You all own this project. You are all owners. We all have to work. And if you're not willing to invest any more money, that's fine. Help us by spreading the word. If you have followers on something, spread the information, talk about it, talk to people. Just help us grow the community. If you're holding,
You're only
us-
going to benefit yourself.
help us with the work.
Share the
Exactly.
videos.
I'm not asking
send it to
anybody to
everybody.
sell it. I'm not asking anybody to sell it. I'm just asking people to
Like,
give out
comment,
the information, like, comment, subscribe, talk to your friends about it. Let them do their own research. I'm not asking anybody to sell this to your mom or sell this to your best friend. I don't want you to be put in that position of it not working for them and they're mad at you. Just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm invested in. I like it. I believe it. Why don't you check out the information and see if it works for you? Right? Do you guys understand where I'm coming from with that?
Yep.
So
Do you guys want to run another half hour, or do you want to wrap it up right now?
I'm good, man. You have to get home and eat dinner?
I'm not hungry.
I have some pierogies for you if you want.
Are you going to spoon feed him?
I could. I love Luke.
All right, let's keep.
No,
the
I don't know.
camera
You
rolling after that.
what other comments and questions do we have that that people are concerned about or are interested in?
Let me see if there are any. Because I made that post in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's just wrap it up.
Okay.
And then we'll keep it rolling just in case.
Okay.
All right.
So let's do the intro, right? Welcome to the
CINO Legacy Podcast, where aviation meets cryptocurrency. This is a podcast all about generational wealth and, developing your financial portfolio. This here's Ryan CINO, the creator of CINO Token. We have
Welcome,
another
everybody.
co-creator of CINO Token, Luke, over here. He's
What's going on, guys?
a guest star on today's show.
Yep. So busy. We've been trying to get Luke up here for a month now, and we can't get him.
If you love money and crypto, like, comment, and subscribe. You're gonna love this show. And then all right, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody, for coming to the CINO Legacy Podcast. Again, I appreciate your time, your most valuable commodity. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, share. Tell me what's on your mind. If you need advice, if you want to offer suggestions, we are open to anything. This is a group project. You're all owners. If you invest in CINO, you're all an owner of this business. Thank you again for all your support. I really, really appreciate all your time, efforts. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Good times.
You want to say whatever you want to say?